In this segment of Indigenous Information Literacy, we will review how to create elder citation in the MLA citation style format. Before we begin, let's quickly review what citation is used for. Citation is a standard way for writers to credit or acknowledge the sources of information used in their writing. There are typically two parts of citation depending on your citation style, either an in-text or footnote section, which can be viewed while reading the text, and then a reference bibliography or works cited, which is a long list of all sources at the end of your work. There are three main citation styles to be aware of: the American Psychological Association, also known as the APA citation style. This is primarily used in the disciplines of psychology and social sciences. The Modern Language Association citation style, also known as MLA, is mostly used in English. And lastly, the Chicago citation style, which is primarily used in history. Information on all of these citation styles and more can be found in the Academic Integrity Press book through Kwantlen Polytechnic University. When looking at Indigenous sources, you need to consider both print and oral sources. In terms of print sources, we cite all published materials as you would for any regular academic writing. When possible, it's also best practice to acknowledge the author's nation in the body of your writing. When looking at oral sources, most citation styles do not require citation for personal communication, also known as information shared orally. But because Indigenous peoples come from an oral culture, full citation is recommended while at KPU. This supports the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which was passed in BC legislation in November 2019. Elders and knowledge keepers. For starters, I would like to identify what elders, knowledge keepers, or traditional knowledge keepers are. These are often terms used synonymously, but different Indigenous peoples prefer different terminology, so be sure to check with the people you are working with to determine what terminology they prefer. The Wikitoan Conference Committee identified three main factors that contribute to elders or knowledge keepers. Elders and knowledge keepers must have cultural knowledge. Cultural knowledge derived through years of interactions and passing down of information from generation to generation. These cultural knowledges will have been reinforced through protocols and ceremonies. Elders and knowledge keepers must also possess wisdom derived through years of experience. And lastly, elders and knowledge keepers must be identified within their own community as someone that is an elder or knowledge keeper. Someone can't simply claim the status elder or knowledge keeper. It's a position bestowed upon someone by the community. We will now look at a citation style to properly attribute information to elders and knowledge keepers. The citation style we are about to review is from Norquest College, and it was modified by our elder-in-residence, Lakaten, from Kwantlen First Nation. Here we will look at an example of how to cite elders and knowledge keepers in the Modern Language Association MLA citation style. Within your works cited, please list the last name, followed by the first name, elder, the nation or community, followed by the topic or subject of communication, if applicable. Note that this is a personal communication, followed by the date, and a territorial acknowledgement of where the information was shared or collected. If you're not sure where the information is gathered, please visit nativeland.ca. Below is an example with our elder-in-residence Lakaten. In Lakaten's case, we just use one traditional name instead of an English-style first name, last name, followed by elder of Kwantlen First Nation. Our topic of conversation was community justice. This was a personal communication on the 4th of April 2019, shared on the traditional unceded territories of the Kwantlen, Musqueam, Katzie, Semiahmoo, Tsawwassen, Kikite, and Coquitlam peoples. In text, you simply need to include information about the author. Below is an example. Community justice is effectively practiced in communities. Brackets Lakaten. Elder and knowledge keeper citation is not officially used in the APA, MLA, or Chicago citation styles. The citations I presented today were created in consultation with other Indigenous librarians. We drew on a template from Norquest College and collaborated with the University of British Columbia's Huehua Library and Simon Fraser University. Work is currently being done to advocate for elder and traditional knowledge citation inclusion in the official citation guides, APA, MLA, and Chicago. That said, if you are submitting a paper for publication, be sure to use the official citation rules for the publisher. Below are a list of references used in this segment of Indigenous Information Literacy. My name is Rachel Chong, and I am the Indigenous Engagement and Subject Liaison Librarian at Kwantlen Polytechnic University. I am also the creator of this instructional video series. If you have any questions about the content, please feel free to get in touch at rachel.chong1@kpu.ca.